What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus Pro Fan Talk, and I want to get into a little bit of the aftermath of the WNBA All-Star Game. That was one of the best All-Star games I have watched in a very long time. It was competitive. It had just enough playfulness in it where both sides were kind of going back and forth, smacking each other on the butt, smiling. But there was enough, more than enough, competitive spirit and intensity in that game to understand that that was a real game. There were some real things and some real feelings on the line. The WNBA All-Star team wanted to show up the U.S. team, and that's exactly what happened. Them girls were playing for real, and it showed. And it was a good look on both sides of the ball. I'm sure the U.S. team was a little bit salty that Arike Ogunbowale just went off. I'm sure that Cheryl Reeve has had to eat a little bit of crow with the whole situation that happened with Arike and her deciding to remove her name from the list of potential Olympians. So all of that stuff comes into play, makes it compelling, made it fun to watch. We even had some goofiness, and you knew this was going to happen. If you're going to look at rookie to rookie, Angel Reese had the better day with another double-double in the All-Star game. She did what she does. Caitlin Clark couldn't get her shot down. She drove the lane a couple times and scored that way, but the threes were not dropping. She took some shots because that's what everybody was looking for. And every time she pulled up to shoot, everybody got up out of their seat on the bench, including Angel Reese. That was a good look for the W and what they were trying to do. But her shots just weren't falling. However, Caitlin Clark was passing her butt off. 10 assists. She should have probably had 12 if she'd have kept at it. But I know there was a point in the game where she didn't bother coming back in because it looked like Arike could not be stopped, and she couldn't. They just let it flow, and Arike cooked everybody. Now, I'm looking at some of the titles on the websites. This is Associated Press. Yeah, this is Associated Press. Arike Ogunbowale and Caitlin Clark lead WNBA All-Stars to a 117-109 win over the U.S. Olympic team. Yeah, but that should, honestly, let's go. That should say Angel Reese. That should say Angel Reese, and I'm saying that as a Caitlin Clark fan. Caitlin Clark had a great game. She was facilitating. She was dishing it out. But if you're going to compare them, side to side, I would say Angel Reese had the better game. But everybody showed up. Angel Reese showed up. Caitlin Clark showed up. Arike, Arike Ogunbowale. Because if you watch the game, the first half, it was Ogunbowale putting it to the U.S. team. And then when the second half came around, Arike just lit up and was torching everybody. I believe she had 21 points in the third period. She went off. Exclamation point. So when I see stuff like this, I think it's funny because I understand the way the digital landscape works. Anytime you mention Caitlin Clark, the algorithm's going to pick it up and get it more traction. But don't get it twisted. It was Arike Ogunbowale. It was Ogunbowale. It was Angel Reese. It was all of them that put in work and got that victory. And it makes Cheryl Reeve look a little bit crazy, and she got to answer them questions. That's why she get paid the money. And she should have to. Just goes to show the politics there in every aspect of the game. There is no clear reason why Arike should not have been on the U.S. team. But she said it herself. I've said this many times before. Go watch her interview on Shannon Sharp's show. And she tells you in no uncertain terms. And she didn't make no bones about it. She wasn't bitter or anything like that. She said she could feel that she wasn't vibing with the team. So she removed herself from the list of names because her reasoning was, I don't want them to waste my time and I don't want to waste theirs. And let's just keep it pushing. So props to her for understanding the politics of the game, not being bitter at it, because that's going to happen year after year after year. That happens all the time. That is not anything new. There's been plenty of situations where the people that should be on the team are not. That happens every year in the NFL, NBA. There was always somebody on a team that shouldn't be, and there's always somebody that should have been that isn't. In the NFL, we call it the numbers game, and it's not fair. But that is the reality of the world we live in, and you just got to keep it moving. At the end of the day, I really, really enjoyed that WNBA All-Star game. Everybody showed up. Everybody, had a highlight. Kelsey Mitchell had a highlight. And then, of course, Caitlin Clark to Angel Reese, that was a highlight. And you heard the fans response. So it was good all around the board, even though sometimes the media kept trying to instigate things. You're going to ask Angel Reese on a live interview while the game's going on about her feeling with Caitlin Clark. You didn't have to do that, but I understand they going for the look, and she handled it right. Angel Reese handled it right and just kept it moving, kept it professional, kept it short and sweet, and kept it pushing. So we're going on this long Olympic break, and we're going to be following the Olympic team, and we're going to see what they can do. Great WNBA All-Star Game. Fun to watch. Even better than the NBA, I would admit. So we'll see what's going to happen next when these Olympics get started. See you in the next one. Peace.